That six-figure life you've been chasing, guess what? It's not as far as you think. And in fact, I'm going to walk you through exactly how you can reach it. One of the things about earning 100K is that your first 100K is going to be, in fact, your hardest, but after that, it gets easier. But it may not be as hard as you think or as far away as you think. So I'm Sonia, aka the Framework Queen, and I earned multiple six figures in less than 1 year working from home by providing online products and services to people. And I taught for over 20 years. Now, I want to show you how you can earn your first 100K working even from home, your office, part time. And I want to go ahead and lay this out right now. Look, you are already ahead of most people just because you decided to start learning about how to do this. That takes guts. And I just want to say, I'm proud of you. So the fact that you're looking at this right now, that means you're ready to open up, learn how to scale, and not just to six figures, but multiple six figures, and maybe even further than that. See, most people, they are afraid to think beyond living from paycheck to paycheck. And the reason why is because they've been taught or conditioned. And that's what we're all taught, right? We're taught and conditioned to look at having money as a bad thing. And think about it, because I know a lot of people are like, what do you mean money is a bad thing? Everybody wants money. But really, a lot of people really are afraid of getting a lot of money and they don't even know it because it's like a thought in the back of their mind, like money is the root of all evil or some stuff like that, right? So a lot of people are accustomed to clocking in and trading their time for dollars. But this is the crazy part about all of it. They don't even realize they've been programmed. And if that's you, it's okay. It's not your fault because I've been there too. And in fact, that was one of the major things that was holding me back. But now I've surpassed my wildest dreams. And the reason why is because I got rid of that programming. And it really does take internal work. So we've been trained by the outside world to believe that wanting money in some kind of way is bad, is selfish, it is something definitely wrong with it. You know what I mean? So I want y'all to know it's okay to earn money. So you really have to deal with that conflict that happens on the inside that makes you feel like you can't have it. So I say, write it down, affirm it, and believe that you deserve it. Okay. Because wealth isn't just something to be feared. It's actually something you can learn about. It's not just for lucky people either. You can learn skills about how money works. And I guess for me, I would just ask you if you're truly ready to change the way that you've been thinking about things and think about it in a different way. And if you are, you're absolutely in the right place. And I would love to share with you exactly how you can do it. It's worked for me, it's worked for so many other people, and it's worked for dozens that I've mentored and clients that I've worked with in the past year. And it can work for you too. So don't think that it can't. First of all, earning six figures isn't just for rich people, okay? It's for people who understand how to set up systems and how to create strategies that they've tested, proven to work, and help other people by doing it. You know what? A lot of people think if you work real hard that you're going to earn more money, and that's not true. Daniel Priestley let us know in his book, The Key Person of Influence, that the harder you work, the less you're going to actually earn. And I like to attribute that to some of my early childhood background because we were taught that children actually think better and are actually more creative when they play based on Lev Vygotsky's teaching. So your breakthrough is going to happen when you connect with the right people, when you can find you a good mentor, and you can Let all your good ideas flow, not while you're working, but while you're doing something that is your purpose to do. So I want to first do one thing here because a lot of time people don't realize that they have the power to put together all the resources they have to build something beautiful. The root word of resourceful is a resource. And what that means is that's something that helps people achieve a goal. So when you add full to that, that means you have plenty. That means you have enough. That means you're not looking for something. So when you're resourceful, you are full of value. And then you have all these useful tools. And that's the first clue to earning six figures in a year. Think about it like this. Netflix, right? They didn't reinvent the wheel. They just made it easier to access because we already were watching movies. And instead of people going to the red box, which was a new thing, but I don't know if y'all know, before Redbox, we had DVDs. That was like in ancient times. And even before that, it was probably prehistoric because we had VHS, right? And so what Netflix decided to do was bring movies to people. So they created something of value by creating a system to stream where they only have to upload the video one time and people have access to it all the time. Now, I don't know about you, but that's being very resourceful. Now, I'm a believer and I often look at the Bible for wisdom. And Genesis 1:27 says God created mankind in his own image, which I'm telling you all is something I teach all my clients is that you are a creator. You are here to create because if you're in the image of the creator, you're not just here to consume things, you're actually here to create. So you're here to contribute, just like Netflix. That's your second clue. So, clue number three. In 1 Peter 4:10, each of us are we're commanded to give back to others whatever gift you've received to serve. That means you have gifts. That means you have talents, even if you don't know them. I always talk about two types of knowledge, and one is learned and one is earned. And earned is what I like to call street cred. So learned means you like went to school or a trade school or college, or you worked on a job and you got all these skills in human resources. But earned means you learned it in life. So you could have been going through like a rough patch in your relationship, in your marriage, and you and your spouse figured out a way to get through it. And so now you know how to solve it, and maybe you can help other people to solve it. So that's called earned information. So guess what? That's your gifts, whether you learn it or whether you earn it. See, there are two main ways to serve. Think about it like this. We can serve with something tangible, like this phone. That's a product, right? This is a product. Or a book. A book is a product. Okay. So t-shirts are products. But services are when you are doing things like online coaching, teaching, and things like that. So what I do is I help people create books, programs, and coaching services so they can scale both in their income and also just by having a positive, huge impact on the world and create communities and places where people with like minds could come and just be one, right? So let me show you how this works. So let me say t-shirt. No, let's use a book. Let's say you write a book teaching people how to earn six figures. So you sell it for roughly $40 and make a $30 profit per sale. You'll have to sell 3,334 copies to reach 100K. That's about 280 books a month, right? Now, let's say, for example, you create an online course, which I also teach people how to do. So if you create an online course and you teach the same thing that you taught in the book, but you're going to charge people, let's say, about $2,000. Then let me do the math. So then you only need to sell about 50 courses in a year. That's about 4 or 5 people a month to reach 100K. So if you think about maybe earning that money faster, I actually teach clients how to create high offers. And if someone did a high offer of, let's say you had this really big thing where you really were going to bring in people who wanted to come and work with you personally for $25,000. Well, if you just sell 4 of those in a year, that's 100K. So think about it. I think, let me see, how much for a million? I don't know. I think you should think about it like if you sold, so if you sold 40, you could earn $1 million even. So this is how you stop like chasing random income and start building with true purpose. And you guide people on a journey, like from, so you put people on a journey from your product, like your book, and then take them to your course and maybe then to your premium 25K offer. Like you may send them on a retreat or do some private coaching. You're serving the same type of framework, and a framework is just a fancy word for a system that you can put on repeat over and over and get a true transformation for people at different levels. So let me ask you this. Can you picture yourself working less, but then actually earning more? Can you, just for a moment, picture yourself living more abundantly and serving at a higher level and finally stepping into the life that you've imagined? You know, I always use this quote because Zig Ziglar said that you can have everything in life you want if you help enough people get what they want. And I went from struggling to earning multiple six figures in under a year. And I just used a framework that works. So I don't know, what is it costing you to keep doing what everyone else is doing? Have you thought about thinking outside of the box and doing something new? Because we live in a digital era now, and maybe it's time to do something different. So I would absolutely love for you to just think about being out of the box and let you know that, guess what? It's not that hard to get to six figures. And if this message did something for you, if you digging it, if you like this, go ahead and like this video, share it with someone, and make sure you subscribe to this channel if you want to find out more videos about how the step-by-step processes of how I actually was able to do multiple six figures in under 1 year from home. I like to say from anywhere because I do travel a lot, and I would love to share that with you. Take care of yourself. Until next time.